The boy never expected that by simply focusing on someone, he could know their ability values. Ars was observing a soldier with a rifle and discovered that this soldier actually had high potential as an archer. So, Ars walked up to him and suggested he switch classes to become an archer. At first, the soldier didn't believe it. He thought ranged weapons were too weak and that close combat was much stronger. But Ars was the son of the king, and he was eager to get validation for his suggestion. Eventually, the soldier softened and decided to try. But to his surprise, even though it was his first time using a bow, he hit the bullseye. The other soldiers were stunned, and to everyone's amazement, no matter how many arrows the soldier shot, each one hit the bullseye. They all marveled at how incredible this was. The soldier followed Ars's advice and switched to being an archer. By dinner time, even Ars's father had heard about it. He encouraged Ars to hone this intuitive talent of discovering abilities, as it was a particularly valuable skill for a noble lord. However, Ars's father never realized that Ars's ability to detect talents wasn't based on intuition at all, it was due to his appraisal skill. Ars could even easily appraise his father's abilities. Soon, Ars would discover that a soldier loyal to him wasn't really from this world. Ars himself wasn't originally from this world. He was just a regular human from Earth. Ars had worked hard every day at his job and stayed up late playing games. One day, as he was heading out to work, Ars suddenly collapsed and died right outside his door. When he woke up again, he found himself in the body of a noble family's young master. Now, Ars was 3 years old, and he had a basic understanding of the world around him. His new kingdom had unified the entire continent for 200 years. What was even more outrageous was that this was a world of swords and magic. Ars's new family, the Robent family, was an imperial noble family that ruled over a small territory with about 1,000 people. Compared to his previous life, this new life felt like paradise. However, Ars soon realized that his future was grim. Due to the long-term corruption of the imperial government, peasant uprisings were happening everywhere, but the king didn't seem to care. Eventually, the nobles would have to increase their autonomy. Ars had a sense that, at this rate, a large-scale war would soon break out. To protect his family and himself, he would need his own army. Luckily, Ars had the appraisal skill in this life. If he started discovering talented individuals now, he could win future battles. Ars immediately went to town to use his appraisal skill to find people with great potential. However, talented individuals were hard to find. Ars searched for a long time with his skill but couldn't find any prodigies. Eventually, his eyes began to hurt from overusing the skill. Just then, a boy was pushed out of a restaurant. The boy was Amalga, a group despised by the empire's citizens. They were usually sold as the lowest slaves. Ars felt pity for him and kindly offered him a piece of bread. This action sparked gossip among the passers-by. However, when they saw that Ars was a noble, they didn't dare to say anything. Ars saw that the boy accepted the bread, and he felt relieved. Suddenly, Ars's appraisal skill triggered on its own. To his surprise, the boy's ability values were extremely high. Not only that, but he had multiple S-level and A-level talents, while most ordinary people only had D-level abilities. With such overwhelming potential, Ars was eager to have the boy follow him. Before Ars could say anything, the boy left. Before leaving, he thanked Ars for his kindness. However, Ars wasn't going to let someone with such potential leave. He immediately chased after the boy. The boy told Ars not to follow him, but Ars took off his hat and asked if he would be willing to become his vassal. The boy was stunned. He initially thought Ars was joking, but when Ars revealed his noble family crest, the boy finally realized Ars was serious. However, the boy, seeing himself as nothing more than a useless Malga, didn't think there would be any use in Ars bringing him back. So, the boy turned to leave, but Ars didn't give up. He knew that if he missed this chance, he might never meet someone with such talent again. Ars had to find a way